King Kamehameha, the ruler of Hawaii, conquered the other islands through battle and conflict, great loss of life. Through the coconut wireless, as they say, throughout the islands, the king of the island of Kauai understood this and knew that King Kamehameha and his warriors were coming to conquer their island. And he wanted nothing to do with that. And when King Kamehameha and his warriors showed up on the eastern side of Kauai, he was there to greet them. And instead of there being a battle, there was a luau, a feast. Because, as he told King Kamehameha, I surrender my island to you and its people. And King Kamehameha was very touched by that. And the aspects of the island and all of its fruits and wealth was turned over, and they existed fine. Anyway, as some of you may know, my mother did Polynesian and Hawaiian dancing for 47 years. I spent a lot of time growing up between Los Angeles and Hawaii. There were a number of reasons that we traveled over there. She would want to go to a certain beach to get a certain shell that was for a certain bead and a certain necklace and a certain costume. And she not only did Hawaiian dancing, but the Polynesian dancing as well, Tahitian and the other dances and from the various different islands, groups of islands in the Pacific, Tonga, Bora Bora, Samoa. But anyway, getting to what this is about the Okalaca Hotel. In the late 1800s, there was the British trademark that was set up on the northwest shore of the island of Kauai, which is essentially outside of the island Niihau, but essentially the far west, the west coast of the United States is not what we think of as the west coast of the United States. Actually, the west coast of the United States is the west coast of Kauai. Actually Niihau, but details. So when the ships were coming from the far east, the British established the trademark there in the late 1800s, and that even before it even came into the port of Honolulu, because there was American shipping that was there. There were whalers, there were other vessels from different areas, and so the British wanted to still have a control over things, so that's why they set up the trademark over on the northwest area of Kauai. Well, anyway, that all, when the United States took over Hawaii after the Spanish-American War, which is basically a war that gave us our empire, and I wonder what caused that USS Maine to explode there in Havana Harbor. It sure as hell wasn't the Cubans. Oh well, false flag again. Anyway, getting back to it, so after their rule was ceased, the trademark fell into disrepair. It was closed, the buildings closed. Beautiful old buildings. There was a fire there, or I think there were actually several fires. A lot of the homeless and other people's growing up in the years, use it for a variety of things. But these ruins just sat there. And I guess about the late 80s, early 90s, a development corporation came in to establish the Okalaca Hotel and Resort. It is a private resort. It is a hotel and a resort, but you will not find reference to it because it's private. It was privately owned by a consortium of property industrialists. I can't think of the proper term now. But anyway, it is a very beautiful place. And what's interesting, too, you will not even see it on the Google satellite. They've made an arrangement with Google. It's a huge one of these investment firms like BlackRock or Vanguard. It's a big firm like the property management type company. And it's the Okalaca Hotel. It's beautiful. You'll see the images. You'll see the old trademark building there. And this is on the northwest coast of the island of Kauai. There are also a lot of other very exclusive residences on that area. So it's kind of one of the least known places in the United States. And again, it's not the West Coast, but it is known as the West Coast of the United States. And so anyway, with the images that you see here, what we're going to do is close up this clip, and we will see you in the next clip, as I always say. The next one will be some thoughts about the JFK assassination.